got ourselves a storm. Let me walk off the porch here and show you what we got for a view. There's flashes like everywhere. So let me quick off the porch and I'll swing the camera around and show you what we got going on. So some of the cells in this line are tornado warned. So let me spin the camera around and show what we got going on. See how long we have until you start seeing flashes. I'm gonna guess not long. Yep, there was already some. So the storms right now are, I looked on radar, they're between like 30 and 40, maybe 50 miles out. So they'll be here within the hour. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here, see what we get. I do have the action set up right here. Try not to be in the view too much. But I have it on these legs here, and it's aimed straight that way. As you can see, I'm kind of in view a little bit there. Yeah, there's definitely flashes constantly. Okay. Well, maybe we can get some lightning photos tonight. That'd be cool. I'm gonna try. We'll see what happens. I can feel the meteorologists on TV were saying that these storms were going to weaken as the evening goes on. However, I've been seeing that they're strengthening. They're definitely not weakening. And I can actually feel wind coming from behind me. So the wind is being pulled into the storm, which does indicate strengthening, not weakening. Okay. Guy just rolling by on a scooter. Okay then. I was not expecting that at all. Let's see if you see him. There he goes. He was on his phone talking, but I didn't hear him saying anything. But okay. I see him a lot. I mean, that's really stupid to be on a street like that when there's a sidewalk 3 feet to your left, but who am I to judge? But anyways, yeah, there's a lot of flashes, so should be sitting pretty here for a storm. So I did bring out a steel chair to sit on so that way I can watch. What was that? I don't know what that noise was, but it doesn't sound good. I don't know. As it gets closer, if I start seeing flashes with visible lightning bolts, I will start recording with my phone. Oh yeah. You can see the tops right above the mountain. There. Okay. We're going to be set up nice for this. Perfect. I can see clouds over this way. That might be the leading edge of the clouds, but I can't really tell because it's dark. Because it is 10 o'clock at night. But we're gonna stay outside. We're gonna sit this one through outside as long as I can. That it's safe. Because I am I did get my certification continued for the National Weather Service, so I am still a spotter. This is now my 5th year. So if I don't educate and tell people, go inside, and then if I stay outside, it's not going to look too good if I'm telling people to go inside. So when I feel that it's unsafe to go and be outside, then I'll be ducking in. But until then, we're definitely going to hang out outside and see what we got. I might even bring the steel chair and sit out here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we got going on. Alright, so I'm already getting lightning bolts visible right in there already. So I'm going to be switching over within the next few minutes to my phone for sure, because it's definitely going to be a light show here. Even if that storm doesn't hit us directly, we're still going to get a hell of a show with the lightning. And I'm pretty sure there was a crack addict that just walked by. I stopped recording because I could hear her walking behind me. But the video over here, I'm sure, got her walking through here. She looked coked out of her freaking mind. Anyways, let's, yeah, we're getting brighter flashes now. Cool. Alright. Let's go sit up on the porch for a few minutes. Watch over this, see what we get. Oh. That's convenient. Wonder what's going on down there. What if they know that there's a crackhead like right down here? Oh God. See, this is the problem of living in this area, and this is partially why I'm inclined to wanting to move up to my mom's house. To avoid this, crackheads walking by. The only downside is I don't know if I would get that kind of view with the lightning. When you know the cops so well that they wave to you, that's funny. Well, part of it is I supply them with videos of car accidents and all kinds of stuff like that, so we have a pretty good rapport back and forth. I'm going to go sit down for a few minutes, give my feet and legs a little bit of a break here. Whoa, that is entirely too close. Yeah, I finally just got my ankle, and I'm pretty sure it's healed and back to normal. It was messed up for 3 years, so... But I'm pretty sure I got it back to where I need it to be now, finally. But, I don't want to push it and then re-injure it. Okay. what's giving the light show. That blue dot's where I am. This is probably what's going to hit us. We're either over here. Let's see what future radar shows. Oh, maybe not. Ooh. Yeah, but that's at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sitting out here for like 3 hours. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Not really getting much of anything right now. Oh, never mind. Take it back. I don't know what that's at power-wise, or how long it's going to last. Alright. Let's turn the pocket off for a little bit, give everything a break, minus that. That's just going to keep rolling.